Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Bitchin and Moanin podcast. Patricia and I have our glasses of wine, and we're ready to talk about some fun things today. So
we are. We're so excited that y'all joined us today. We have a topic that we chose, and hopefully you'll enjoy it, and hopefully it resonates with you guys, and because it definitely resonated with us as we were talking about it this week.
Yeah.
And so, Steph, tell me what you think. What should we tell these newcomers?
Well, the first thing is I want to bitch about something right now.
All right, we're bitching.
Oh my God.
I need some wine for bitching.
So, yeah, this is a good one. And probably a lot of people can relate to this. So, I hated an alarm in general, right? Just waking up to an alarm. There's nothing worse than that. I wish I was retired already so I wouldn't have to deal with that. However, what's worse than an alarm is my husband's actual alarm.
Oh, gosh.
And if you have watched the movie The Purge, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that really wah.
I want to hear it.
Whatever. Oh, you want to hear it?
Yeah.
It's like, do you want me to do it or do you want me to play it? Because I can get my phone out. So, but anyway, it's like I'll make the noise because it's kind of funny. Okay. It's like a wah.
Oh my gosh.
Wah. It's like that. It's this god awful sound. So just imagine that it's on like the high of the phone, right? Because he sleeps like the dead anyway, right?
Okay.
So I'm sleeping. Finally fall asleep. I'm in my deep sleep with my dreaming mode, whatever's going on. And then all of a sudden it goes off.
And you think the purge is happening?
Yes, the purge is happening. I'm like, oh my God, the world is ending.
Nowadays, you don't even know. That could
zombies
be true.
are here, whatever it is, right? And I literally jump. I'm startled so bad out of my sleep.
Oh my gosh.
And so then he doesn't hear it because he's sleeping so hard. So then I have to like bam, 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 bam to get him to wake up. And then what makes it even worse is like he's still half asleep. And then he like rolls over and then he's like looking at his phone like he can't focus on turning it off. So it's going off another like 5 or 6 times and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. So yeah, so that's my bitch for this week is alarms, but especially the purge. I can't stand that. It could be anything else. Why not a peaceful, ring ring or something? But like you
nice
just kind of hear
waves or something.
Yes, something. But no, it's that god awful purge sound. So that's my bitch for the week.
I can relate to the to the alarm. So I would have to say somebody in my lifetime. I could just say in my past, I had somebody that had an alarm that was duck calls.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. It was, I'll make it for you.
Okay.
Quack, 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 quack. I was like, I cannot. Everything was that stupid effing alarm. Quack, quack. I mean, everywhere you went. And then they were hunters. And so they hunted, so they'd go around with their little whistles.
Oh, God.
Quack, quack, quack. I'm like, oh my gosh. So to me, that is definitely like nails on a chalkboard. Anytime I hear it, I can't stand it. And my son is a hunter now, so he's not allowed to blow any whistles in my house. My nephews all hunt too, and I'm just like, no. Not around me. I just cannot handle that. And it's weird. It's so weird because it's like most people are just like, oh, that's no big deal, but when you hear it in your sleep and you hear it when you're waking up and you hear it all day long, it's like, I can't take it. So, that's I can totally relate to that story. Wait, I don't have that. I don't have those wake-up calls now, but I did for a long time.
So the other thing about that as well is sometimes he'll forget to like adjust it for the weekends. And so what's normally an early one is still an early one on Saturdays at times. And so I'm like, how did you forget it's Saturday or it's Sunday? Can't you like bump it like at least 30 minutes?
Right.
Because that's the day to catch up on the sleep after the week. Your brain is
no
tired.
Purging. No duck calling. Just sleep. People sleep.
Just want to sleep. So anyway, that's the bitch for this week for me. So,
okay. I don't... I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
we can talk about another topic. That'll be my bitching too today.
Okay, so another topic that something I was thought about. I actually watched that movie, He's Just Not That Into You.
Yes.
And
Good movie.
Yeah, it's back from 2009. So if you haven't seen it, it's
go watch it.
Yeah,
women. Go watch
women.
it.
You have to learn. So there are a lot of A-list actors in there. Jennifer Aniston, Ben Affleck, Bradley Cooper, Drew Barrymore. There's Scarlett Johansson. There's a lot of them in there. So I had a little life lesson, or I guess epiphanies as I like to call them. So back around when the movie came out, I was out of a relationship, and I thought, you know how hard it is to have friends when you're as an adult. It's hard to kind of put yourself out there.
We have a lot of friends, though.
Yeah, we do have a lot of friends, right?
You can be our friend.
But when you're out of a relationship and you're trying to, new professionals and stuff, kind of open up your base and find things in common, you had actually told me about a meetup group, right? And meetup groups are not dating sites.
Shout out to meetup.com.
Yes. So meetups are a place where you can go and you can search, say you like crocheting, or you like bowling, or you like movies, or whatever it is. You can go and you can find people that like the same things that you do. Some people do trips. It's just all about trying to get together collectively with professional adults that like what you do. So I decided to kind of put myself out there, which as I've gotten older, instead of being an extrovert, I'm kind of an introvert, which is weird. It's really weird for me. So I found a meetup group about movies. And so I decided I'm going to go. So the movie that we went to see was He's Just Not That Into You. So I'm watching this movie, and in my 30s, I won't say what part of my 30s, but in my 30s, I was watching this, and the main character, Gigi, I went, oh my God, that was me.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
Did like Oprah fly over your head?
Yes, it
like
did.
That epiphany
the
moment?
heavens opened, and the angels were singing, going, it's you. Okay, sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulty. So, yeah, we're still learning, which makes it fun, for us anyway. And gives you good entertainment in the process, too. So anyway, talking about Gigi, the character, and he's not that... he's into. He's into. Or, into you. So anyway, I had this epiphany because a lot of it goes like back into when I was raised, was very sheltered, which is a whole nother discussion. We have plenty of discussions that come out of things as you get to know us more. But I basically was her. My dating experience was basically high school. Yeah. So I became, as an adult, I didn't know any different. And so I was very clingy, very needy, and looking at signs. It's like, oh my God,
he called that girl.
I was that girl, and I looked at it, and looking back now at it, I go, oh my God, I would have creeped myself out. It's like I would have been running far, far away from that person. Yeah. So it's just kind of funny how I look at her, and it was one of those moments where I wish somebody would have told me. As you date, that this is not proper behavior, and it wigs everybody out. Yep. So,
I totally get it. I think we've all been at that point of being that girl or that person for that matter, because guys can be clingy too. I mean, we have daughters. Yeah. Those are stories for another podcast, so stay tuned. Yeah. But, I know that when I was in high school, I was pretty outgoing. I've always been outgoing my whole life. I've been an extrovert. And, but that doesn't change the fact that you still want to be liked by this boy or this guy or whatever. You're just like, well, do I text them? Well, remember when we grew up, there was no texting.
No texting.
You were waiting by the phone, just like Gigi was.
Yes.
You're waiting by the phone. Are they going to call? Yeah. Do I call them? What do I do?
The phone's unplugged. Oh my God, what if they called?
Call the operator.
Yeah, hello, operator. Is it
Check your messages, your video recorder, whatever it was.
No messages.
No messages. Yeah. So I definitely had that. Didn't matter how many people you knew or if you were outgoing or introverted. You still want to be liked by the person you like, and so I can definitely I'm sure we can all relate to that at some point in time. Again, as we do get older, we start to see things a little differently. I mean, I also watched that movie from Steve Harvey, what I think it's called
Act Like a
Man. Yeah, that's a great movie too. If you guys haven't watched that, check that out. That is so funny because it's true. It's like these guys are just clueless. They really are. And I'm just saying, I'm not saying all guys. I'm just saying in these particular movies, they're, geared that way. They're geared to show you, like, men don't really think about the stuff we do. Right. We can be complicated at times. We really can. And I mean, that doesn't mean it's good or bad. It just means that maybe dig a little deeper and ask some more questions.
Right.
You know, that's a big thing for us. At least, especially like now in our relationships now. We're older. We've been through a few. and
one or two.
And
maybe.
even, you know, now we still have to kind of get them to ask questions because both of our spouses are introverts for the most part, you know. So we are more of the, you know, outgoing part of the relationship.
Right.
Or the social aspect of the relationship. Right. Can you guess why? But anyways.
So yeah, the other thing I realized about that too is because I was like Gigi, I always thought there was something wrong with me. And so I took it as if I did this, or if I wore better makeup, or if I was skinnier or whatever. I internalized and it was the what if. I should do this, I should change things about me.
Right.
So the other message that came out of that for me is it's okay if it doesn't work out. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It's just not your person for whatever reason. And I never saw that. I always internalized that. Went through some bad breakups in high school and things. And just because I didn't understand that there's nothing wrong with me. There never was anything wrong with me.
Right.
That was not my person.
It wasn't. And I tell my kids this. I'm sure you tell your girls too. I mean, you have one that's married now, and so do I, but we've told them there's a million people out there to be a part of your life, you know,
right.
And they're all still pretty young. So it's not, you know, can you better yourself from the relationship you came out of? 100%. Can you look back and go, what part did I play to make that not work, for whatever reason? I mean, that's what I do with my relationships. I try to tell my kids that too, because they're still, you know, pretty young and in their 20s, and they still have lifetimes to go, you know, and there's people out there that they're going to come across. I think they say for seasons or whatever, you know what I mean? I've always heard that, and I'm just like, you know, as you get older, you really do start believing that they're in your life for some kind of reason and maybe a season. And so you learn from them. And then you go on and you're like, okay, well, how can I make the next relationship better and not do what I did? And then also, what can I bring to that relationship? Right? So that's kind of how I see things. That's what I preach to my kids. You know, they are all adults, but you can, you know, do the best you can as parents. But, Yeah, I
think that's a lot of it. Is there's so many life lessons through relationships, friendships, all of that you don't realize it's a lesson until you're out of it and you do that reflection period. Because I think about, you know, it kind of goes into our friendship. I think, why is our friendship different from other friendships that have been out there that are a season or a time? They were good for you in that moment, but then you kind of outgrow them. And I think with us, there's always two things I think of is being non-judgmental is one. We play this game. I listen, but I don't judge.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I was going to say that. So, and we think alike, right?
I'm like, we listen and we don't judge.
Because it's one of those things where you need a safe place. To be able to be who you are authentically. And who am I to judge your experiences and vice versa, or anybody, because I didn't live that.
Right.
So that's one. And then the other thing is we're very open in our communication, that we can talk about anything. We don't always agree, but at the same time, we learn from each other.
Yeah.
And I
think I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think there's going to be topics that we are going to talk about that we can show the differences of disagreement, you know, and we've had disagreements in our relationship. I mean, it's kind of funny. We went to see, I know, again, I might be aging myself, but we went to see Air Supply last night. You know, it's a band from the 70s. They started in 1975, and they have been together for over 50 years. This two guys that are in Air Supply. And the guy, one of them came out and he was talking about the relationship that they had for these 50 years, and they said they've never had a fight. And I was like, he goes,
how do you not?
Yeah, I know. He's like, I know that's hard to believe, but we never have. And I'm like, kudos to you. And then they introduced their whole band. They brought their manager out. Their manager has been with them for 50 years, which in the music industry, you normally don't hear that.
That's unheard of.
So that has to kind of tell you what kind of people they are too, you know? So we're not perfect. We have had disagreements and, whatever, but we always come around to it, you know?
Yep.
I always say she's my sounding board, and she listens and she doesn't judge me. But you know what? She is going to definitely call me out on my crap. She is going to definitely tell me, you know what? That was not right or whatever. And I respect that 100%.
Yeah.
I would rather her tell me that to me than go, yeah, everything's great. Oh, you're wonderful, because I'm going to tell her the same thing. I'll be like, wait a second. What are you doing over there? Yeah. I mean, we talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. And then I think another big part is jealousy. I don't know. There's a lot of friendships are like, wait a minute. You can't be friends with somebody else because you're my best friend.
Yeah.
What the nerve, And I hear that a lot with people I know. And I'm just like, I tell my kids, I'm like, just, be friends with everybody.
Yeah.
And, they'll show you who they are eventually. And then you pick and choose who you keep in your little realm,
Yeah.
And I think that it's kind of like a marriage, too. You bring something to it, I bring something to it, and then just imagine you bringing more friends into it.
Yeah.
That shows that you're an amazing person and you're bringing substance to our relationship and you're letting them in our world. So I can only respect that, know. So I think that's a big thing for me with my friendships. And,
I think too is like...
And relationships too.
Yeah, even if we'll give advice or call each other out on stuff, even if it's like we know this is not going to be the right thing for that, we let it play out, and eventually, and it's like I'm still going to support my friend no matter what. I may have not agreed with that. I could see it coming a mile away, but we're still going to love each other and be there for each other no matter what. So it's like sometimes the advice isn't heard very well, and the person has to go through it on their own before they go, oh God, you were right.
Our kids too, like our kids too. We try to give them advice, and it's like, all right.
So,
but back to your original thought about the movie.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you. I'm glad you had that epiphany. I'm glad that was something that obviously the director, the people who made the movie, I think that's kind of what, I think he actually wrote a book too. I think he was on Oprah and stuff, and he's just like, I've been wanting to say, I think he's in the movie too.
He might have done a cameo. I'd have to go back
I think he
and look.
did a cameo in there, but I think he was just saying, I was just sitting here watching all these people and going, and these girls, and they're like, well, how do you not get it? How do you not see it, And so I think that it opened my eyes too, because it was like, wow, I was right. He was kind of a jerk because of that, or whatever the reason may be. But the bartender in there, I loved him. John, something Long. I can't remember his name.
Jeremy? Is it Jeremy Long?
I don't know. He was with Drew Barrymore for a little while, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah.
He was in Jeepers Creepers too. I like kind of weird movies, but he was in that one too.
But I loved how honest he was with her. He's like, he's not coming
He's not going to call you.
Yeah, he's not going to call you. It's
but maybe he got busy or he went out of town for work. No, he's not calling you.
Yeah.
It's like,
I just thought that was, I loved him. I loved his...
the honesty, I think, is the biggest thing, So
here's the lesson for guys and girls out there, because guys can be needy too. Just be honest.
Yeah.
Just be honest with them. Just tell them, I think that people would rather you say something to them up front than lead them on.
Right.
Now, obviously there's different reasons to be led on. If you want something out of it, money, sex, drugs,
whatever.
Companionship, loneliness, whatever. I get that. But how is that going to be in the long run?
Right.
It's just toxic.
If you know it's not going to work, just say it up front, because the person who wants it to work, it's stringing them along, and then it also causes more heartbreak for that person because they're more invested in it, right? So again, honesty with that is the best policy, and it's like you just move on, and okay, you weren't my person. Thanks for letting me know. You're great. Go find your person. I'm going to go find my person.
Exactly. And we did. We found our people.
Yeah, we found our people. So...
So, are we going to shout out to Messina Hoff? Another Messina Hoff?
Yes.
Which do you have there?
I think let me look at the bottle. And I don't have my old
Messina Hoff, I love you.
It's a Riesling by Messina Hoff.
Okay, 2019
So
Riesling.
I'm not going to put on my old lady reading glasses to do that. I think I like how I look without them. I'll have to use them periodically, but I don't want to admit that I'm that old to need bifocals. But we will. Yeah, I'll get there eventually. But yeah. So,
all right. So I think we should move on to our moaning.
Yes,
part
moaning.
of the moaning. All right.
So you go ahead. You go first.
I'll go first. Okay. So my moaning this week. Oh, goodness, Okay, there's a little controversy in my moaning this week, but it is Sacha Baron Cohen. Otherwise known as, what's his name? Oh, God, I can't even think of it now. Borat.
Oh, Borat, yes.
Borat, yes. Okay, he is a little controversial. I can't even talk. Controversial. He has all these crazy shows and movies, and he does stupid stuff. However, he has reformed himself, and I honestly think it's like the revenge bod. You know how women come back with the revenge bod from divorce? Well, him and his wife, Isla Fisher, I believe her name is, which she is beautiful. He came back with a revenge bod, and he is on the cover of Men's Health, I believe it is, and this month, and that was a little bit of moaning. Oh my God,
get a little warm in here right now.
Chiseled. Like, you don't ever think of Borat as that. He's like so dorky and tall and whatever. Oh, chiseled. Yeah. So I'm going to make sure I include a picture of him so you can see what he looks like. So you can maybe moan a little bit if that is your thing. I love tall men. I love chiseled men. We have, not that, but that's okay. I still love it. I love my
mine's tall, so I got that.
Mine's kind of tall too. Anyway, so that's my moaning. Thought about him a few times this week.
Yeah. So mine is, okay, you know how Yellowstone is really big and they have the spin-offs? Well, 1923.
Okay.
The character Spencer.
Okay.
His name is Brandon Sklenar. I can't ever say his name right, so I butcher it.
Is he the guy from...
He's the one that plays like he's in... like the African hunter was in the military and all of that. But he just came out in a new movie.
No, he wasn't the one with Blake Lively, was he?
No.
Oh, okay.
There's a new movie he just recently did, and it's like he goes on a date with a woman, and there's like she has to kill him on the date. Or something.
That is him.
Oh, it is him.
The one from Blake Lively, who was like her high school love interest.
Okay, see, that's on my list to watch, and I haven't watched it yet. But anyway, it's not very good.
It's too controversial, so stupid.
Okay, anyways, so watching him in 1923,
he is a hottie.
Oh my God,
he is a hottie.
So yeah, Spencer's my moan.
Did you watch the new movie that he got dropped?
I haven't. I want to see it.
Okay, that might be another topic.
Yeah, another topic. But yeah, there's just something about that man, and maybe it's that rugged, wild man side of him with killing lions and things and rescuing his woman out of the tree, and and it might even be the relationship he has with Alex, the character on there. It's just like, oh my God, he's to die for. So anyway, he's my
just keep in mind that our husbands know we are doing this podcast. Anybody out there who wants to go like, they're married. You don't die when you get married. It's okay. My husband, he of course thinks I'm the most beautiful woman in the world. And I know your husband for sure thinks you're the most beautiful woman in the world. However,
you can admire beauty.
You can admire beauty. We're going to talk about women too.
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk about women because we love women too.
Yeah.
But we are going to talk about that too. But we can definitely appreciate, and they can too. They think we're crazy. Yeah. But, there's kudos to my little Sasha for working out.
Oh, yeah.
And kudos to your guy for, he's getting movie after movie after movie.
He's like an unknown.
So let's cheers to
our moaning. Our moaning people.
Moaning people.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed our little podcast today.
So we're going to wrap it up for now, but we've decided that we're going to start dropping our podcast every Wednesday. So that way you can start to see us every week and get your little dose of sass and laughs. And, as we said in our little intro, bad decisions, other things.
And our petty rants like we did today with our stupid alarm.
Yeah.
Our alarm clock. I know, they're probably going, why don't you just ask them to change the alarm? Okay, be married and then come talk to us.
Yeah, exactly.
It is. You try to, but that doesn't always work.
Exactly.
They probably put it on louder.
Just because of our podcast, right? So anyway, well, thanks for watching us. Cheers to launching our podcast again. And cheers to you out there. Y'all have a good week, and we will see you next time. Bye.